Hello everyone, my name is Caden and welcome back to more Trails Beyond the Horizon. Last time we began Act 3, and this time, well, we're going to be continuing with Van's route. So, we did the Grim Garden last time, and I think we're good to leave here, I think. So let's go ahead and get out of here. Game load. There we go. No, I need to pull up the guide again to have it all set up, ready to go.
Well then.
So, first things first, we can go see more movies. I think we can actually watch the final bits of movies, or the final movie that we've yet to see in the game yet. So if we go over here,
what would you like?
We have Cheerstar. We want to watch this with Ren. And then let me see what the guide says. It doesn't say if there's any recommendations, so let's just watch it with Captra. Alright. Also, I feel like I should go ahead and mention this. Might try and do streaming again on Twitch. I don't know. We'll see. Rachel, an ambitious young girl, will be starting her first year at the local high school that spring. Again, I haven't fully confirmed that yet, but we'll see. Might be looking at that. It's looking... because it might be looking affiliate there. Anyway. Not long after enrolling, she went to go see a high school sports tournament in the capital when something caught her eye. It was a cheerleading squad from a prestigious school in Edith. Rachel couldn't look away from their stunning display of athleticism. She had also taken note of the squad leader, a beautiful and distinguished second year from the other school named Jennifer. Admiring Jennifer's cheerleading skills, the moment Rachel got back home, she sprang into action to form her very own cheerleading squad. Rachel put all her efforts into strict training and trying to track down additional members for an upcoming cheerleading competition that autumn. It was a struggle, but her drive inspired those around her until she formed a group of friends and teammates she knew she could rely on. And then...
We put everything we had into that performance. We've got this in the bag!
Jennifer and her team are really something.
Yippee.
Hard to believe they could pull off a stunt like that.
We'd really have to go above and beyond to win now. There's that one stunt, but we've never managed to pull it off in practice. Not even once. It'd be reckless to change our routine and try it now.
It's reckless. It's impossible. We can't do it. I don't know about you guys, but I'm tired of hearing stuff like that.
No.
So what if we fail? Let them laugh at us. A little laughter doesn't scare me. What does scare me is the thought of giving up. I'd hate to walk away from this with the regret of not having tried everything we could.
Rachel?
And above all, I know we can do it. All of you have so much potential. So come on, believe in yourselves. And each other.
You said it. In that case, we've got your back all the way. Let's get out there and show them what we're made of.
That's what I want to hear. Let's get to it, girls.
Yeah! Go! Fight! Win!
My word, they've done it! A stunt more technically complex than even the Hustle Tower. They've managed to pull off the Spectacle Tower! This is, without a doubt, the most impressive achievement in this tournament's history!
We did it! We really did it! Thank you all so much!
Way to go, Rachel. Beat us fair and square.
Alright, what do our friends have to say? So that's what cheerleading's like. It looked amazing. Kind of jealous of the characters. But I mean, not in a weird way or anything. I'm having a hard time putting my feelings into words. Hey, don't worry. You didn't say anything weird at all, and I wasn't gonna make fun of you. I'm guessing it's that you wouldn't mind being part of such a bright, exciting world. That about sum it up?
Yes, actually. You really do understand, but hearing it said out loud, I can't help but feel kind of embarrassed now. I suppose I can't deny that I really do have a bit of a feminine side after all. Honestly, watching those girls live out their high school lives kind of made me wish I could experience that too.
If that's how you honestly feel, I don't think you got anything to be embarrassed about. In fact, that side's a part of who you are, so if you denied it, try to ignore it or bury it, you'd only be disrespecting yourself.
Man, yes, you're absolutely right. Thank you. I feel a little better now that I was able to honestly share my thoughts on the movie. I've had chances to speak with the girls in the cheerleading squad as a member of the student council. Watching this movie reminds me of just how passionate those girls are.
Yeah, I saw cheerleaders in action when I was in school, but watching this movie helped me understand the sport again. You know, I just realized, I think you'd make a damn good cheerleader yourself. Did you ever get any invites to join the squad?
Yes, I received one not too long after I arrived at Artemis. I turned it down, however, partly because I became a student council president. I'm more suited to supporting others behind the scenes rather than on a conspicuous stage. Still, I helped them in other ways, such as resolving their budgetary issues.
Of course you did. Yeah, guess that does sound more your style. Brochure. Achievement, Movie Hopper. Watched all movies. Maxed out connection with Van, by the way. And we can watch one more movie, but at this point, from now on in the game, it doesn't really matter what movies we watch, because we've watched all of them now. So at this point, it's only for, points. So Judith and Bergard, we'll have you two watch this movie. What do you two guys say?
And the script for that one was great. It's the kind of movie that leaves you guessing who the real criminal is until the very end. Early on, I was sure that old guy who said he was a doctor was the mastermind.
Yeah, that was a really good fake out they pulled. Looking back now, though, the assistant's motive for wanting to kill Skoirov was something you could have caught on to in the first act. They did a really good job with the foreshadowing for that whole twist.
As a fellow movie enthusiast, I agree, but I was thinking, is all that something the average moviegoer would catch on to? And if you missed the foreshadowing in the first half, then Wilson's motive might seem like it came out of nowhere.
Yeah, that's a fair point. With this being a mystery movie, it makes sense you won't want the big twist to be too obvious.
Right, and so you can't lay out all the info plainly, but if you keep things too vague, then some people won't pick up on it. It's gotta be a tough balancing act for people who make movies in this genre.
I quite admire the detective's skill in unraveling the truth behind the case. The films show that his numerous quiet deductions throughout, but none of them immediately uncovered the killer on their own. The way he presented his final conclusion, everything in place and not in a single hole in his reasoning, was a sight to behold. For sure, the way they managed to show his entire line of reasoning without dragging things out really made the final scene land. You could even say it was thanks to this methodical approach that Wilson was entirely unaware he was under suspicion until the end. Had Skoirov tipped his hand even the slightest bit, Wilson might have caught wind of it and altered his plan. Taking that into account, there may have been a strategic significance to the pace of his deductive process. I get you. He buys time before making his game-winning plan, so it wasn't slow for the sake of padding the runtime. Damn though, Master, how'd you make such thoughtful insights so fast, after we barely had a chance to mull over the story? When one focuses on the moment when the story shifts, you can grasp several instances of cause and effect. I would think you're already capable of that much yourself, Van.
Yippee! Gosh dang it.
Let's look at the guide here again, sorry. So there's a bunch of stuff we can do right now. First off, go to the bulletin board and get a quest.
Let's see.
Forest video on the bulletin board. Missing delivery man. I run Nelkin Transport here in Anchorville. My delivery guy went out to do his morning rounds, but I've been unable to get in touch with him ever since. If possible, I'd like the situation to be resolved without a fuss. If you're able to help me, meet me at the station. President Nelkin. Alright. Missing case. I'm curious about this one.
Me too. I wonder if this had anything to do with AD.
There must be some reason they're looking into us Spriggan for help. I vote we get the lowdown on this one. Yeah, I'm with you. Got a weird feeling for whatever reason, but I think it might be worth accepting regardless. Next up, we want to go back to that general store. I'm going to try and follow this guide exactly as it is. The general store, I think, down here.
Veggies, fish, they have everything here.
See you later, Judith.
See you later, Judith. This is Kowloon. I'm pretty sure I just did a walk around the entire city. I'm reading it wrong. That's what it is.
We have all kinds of fresh vegetables.
I'm completely reading the whole thing wrong. So he has to do a walk around the... Gosh dang it. Wait, but... Now I'm really confused. What's this place called? On second thoughts, we're just gonna... Greengrocer Ivan! I'm not walking around. Judith, I saw you. Didn't realize you were back home. Say, you've been eating your daily vegetables. You're gonna age quickly if you always eat out.
I'm fine, really. My favorite bistro has been providing my meals lately.
That's so. All right, man. Do try and make time to cook for yourself every now and then, yeah? Take these. Rainbow berries.
This is too much, Ivan. I feel like I'm robbing you.
Don't you worry, just take it. You can share it with all your friends you brought with you. Always been real good to us, you see. Gotta repay the debt.
Fine, I surrender. Thanks, really. I'll be sure to enjoy them.
We already caught the Moonlight. We already bought new equipment. We already got the portal. Next up, let's go see the Bracer. Oh, I should probably also check this other bulletin board.
What do we have here?
Hotel reservation hell. I'm having problems regarding our hotel reservation site. Word on the street is that the global network issues are in your area expertise. Would you be able to help me clean up this mess? If you can, please come to City Hall. I'll be waiting for you there. Gracio. Alright. Something to do with the OrbitNet.
Trouble with the lodging website? Now that I think about it, the city's absolutely buzzing with tourists right now. It seems like people from the north are stopping by Anchorville on their ways to watch the rocket launch. This is likely an issue that's arisen specifically because of the influx of people pouring into the city. If I were to be perfectly honest, I believe this case is a little outside the scope of 4FSBG.
Tech trouble, huh? Not sure the police or the guild could do much about this one. Hard to know if this will be outside our wheelhouse without hearing the details, but I think it makes sense for us to try taking this on. Irks me a little to say this, but it may be worth doing as a way of getting a foothold into the investigation. So there's another side quest. This guy is bugging out on me completely. Next up, we want to go to the Bracing Guild.
This place sure does see a lot of cars.
Yeah, since we've got that depot to the south, we're definitely a key hub for transport.
Oh, I'd love to take
Will
a tour
do.
on my
Okay,
orbital
understood.
bike. If only we had the time.
Oh, what the? Elvis! Oh, you must be... Hey, you sure made it here quick.
Of course, I wasn't about to let the chance to catch the instigators of yesterday's incident pass me by. I see you came too.
Well, I guess that's only natural.
Accepted Band's presence so readily this time.
Yeah, I remember you. Weren't you part of the Oracion Guild branch?
I believe your name was Suka, yes? You're Hazel's granddaughter, if I remember correctly. That's right. It's been too long, Arkwright Solutions. I've come to assist with communications and coordination between here, the capital, and Oracion. I'll be working with my grandfather to ensure smooth information dissemination between each branch, as well as with headquarters.
Yeah, okay. Guessing that'll also serve as a safeguard in case something happens outside Anchorville. As for the younger receptionist, I've heard a lot of talk about you. As I with you fixers, but I believe this is the first time we've met. Allow me to formally introduce myself. My name is Legato. I've been wanting to make your acquaintance for some time. I imagine you're familiar with the rest of the bracers in Angerville, so I hope we can all work well together.
Ideally, we'd have more manpower here, but we're not in a position to pull any more resources from Edith or other cities. Until we have a plan set in stone, we'll be providing support to this branch. In that sense, I'm glad Angie's around to help out. This is her hometown, incidentally, and she just got back.
Alright, isn't she that junior bracer who recently came to Edith?
Yes, I intend to have her return home for her own safety, considering the evolving situation in the capital. Of course, I didn't expect things to turn out like this.
Thankfully, she's got her brother Legato to help walk her through things here. In the meantime, we'll have her handle the city patrols and normal requests. I feel like this is a better alternative than leaving her in the capital by herself. However, we have no full sign what will happen or where. We can't rule out the possibility that Angerville will be used as a decoy. Not to mention, we need people able to respond at a moment's notice over a wide area, what with their use of teleportation. Somebody in Luca from Aracion included, we've already laid groundwork in every branch of the guild. This system we're creating will allow every guild branch in the Republic to work together in real time whenever the need arises. Damn, that's one hell of a fee. This guy's something else.
Yeah, he's pretty famous around here. Some even say the peace Angerville enjoys is owed to him.
I hear he's a retired A-rank bracer. Apparently he hung up his hat because of some injuries he got. Thanks to all the life experience he accumulated over at his stint as a bracer, his talent shines bright as ever, even from behind the counter.
Wow, he sounds amazing. This is all reassuring to hear. Shifting gears for a moment, would you be able to tell us about where things stand in Angerville and anywhere else? For now, at least, we haven't found any sign of that group being in the area. There isn't anyone roaming around chanting AT, or anything else that would point to their presence here. Although the foot traffic has increased, there's been no particular deterioration in public order. Furthermore, no abnormalities have been identified in either Aracion or Messeldom to the north.
All that to say, at this moment, we don't have any proof they're operating in the city. Keep in mind, though, that no one's found any trace of them elsewhere either, so we need to remain on alert.
Right, and we may need to be doubly so, seeing as the police haven't sent any reinforcements to Angerville. It seems like the situation's the same everywhere. No one has anything in the way of evidence, and they can't recklessly take action.
Indeed. With regards to the police, they're simply erring on the side of caution. Hayway, on the other hand, appears to be readying to take action. In any event, the road ahead of us is often riddled with complexities, but sometimes to see the way forward, one must simply change the perspective. To that end, I would place my hopes in the approach that is distinctive of a brigand like yourself. I look forward to seeing what sort of tricks you have up your sleeve, Mr. Arkwright. I'll try not to disappoint. Like you said, we got our own style, and we'll follow it like always. Looking forward to seeing what you can do too, Mr. Former A-Rank Bracer.
Oh, before I forget, could we ask him to help with that thing?
That thing? Well, it's not a major concern right now, but we've received word that multiple wanted monsters have appeared in the city's outskirts. We'd like to deal with this matter promptly so Alvis and the rest can give the investigation their undivided attention. I apologize, but could we ask for your assistance? I can have Alvis's group deal with the monsters to the north. If you can handle the ones to the southern outskirts, I'd appreciate it. Sure, we do this kind of thing all the time. If it's just that area, we can take care of it no problem. Alright then, let's start by sniffing around town like we always do.
Time to get
Angerville
our hands
Bouncy.
dirty.
Angerville outskirts. We're not gonna go there yet, apparently, though. Next up, Kowloon Bank.
Receptionist is
There's apparently an event here. Who's over here?
initiating search.
Give me that. Who's over here? Wait a minute! Thank you for coming all the way to the Angerville branch. I'm stunned that the Vice President himself would come to inspect us.
I apologize for the sudden visit.
Hey!
The good news is, all seems to be well. Like I mentioned, I intend to stay here until tomorrow.
I feel like we haven't seen you since the first Daybreak game.
Think of the inspection as a mere formality, and continue to work as you normally do.
Yes, sir. So, Fan! Surprised to see you here in Angerville. Fan! Elder apparent of the Hayway's Lu family, Fan Lu.
Oh, Aaron, and Arkwright Solutions too. I thought you might show up. Why don't we have a chat? I just finished up some business, so I have a few minutes.
You look well, Aaron. different from the last time we saw each other. It's clear you and your friends have continued to grow. Obviously, you don't look too bad yourself. Is it true that things are finally coming down with Heiwei? Heard you finally have time to rest. Well, I guess you could say that. Things are certainly in flux, what with the rise of a new family. Even if it's temporary, working together with Sao toward a common goal has given us a sense of unification.
A common goal?
You talking about the people who've gone missing all over the place? Including some from Heiwei? You think it's related to all those vestiges the rumors are talking about? That definitely explains why the Dar himself is coming to this town. Indeed, I was informed about what happened at the Memorial Park, and about the damage to the Blacklight District, including who was responsible. Yeah. As an organization at the top of the underworld, we have a score to settle. That's why I decided to come here and find out what's going on in Inkaville myself.
The apostle, the soldier, and the martial artist. They were all pretty rough.
We've yet to ascertain their true identities, not even what they look like. The same is true for us. It will be imperative to gather information quickly. We've already mobilized our contacts, even those outside of Inkaville. If possible, I'd like you to act as a sort of information broker. Guess it makes sense to pull out all the stops.
It's a little disconcerting to have Heiwei active in my hometown. I suppose being a valued source of information is reassuring in its own way. We've been dealt quite a decent hand given the circumstances. And a necessary one. After all, we're up against the vestiges and that invisible monster.
Something tells me you're not telling us the whole story, fan. You said it yourself. You heard about what went down in the Memorial Park. Those guys are even stronger than you. Not to mention that white replica thing they got. If they're bringing all that to a town like this, then we can't be too careful. All that said, I can't but think you're plotting something. You, Sao, Ashin, Old Man Gen, and that punk Galon. Looks like you're starting to see the big picture, Aaron. You haven't only gotten stronger, but smarter too. I guess you can say growth comes with the territory. Obviously, Heiwei is up to something. It's not like I plan on getting in your way. All I ask is that you don't act like you own the town. Now, as long as you give us a reasonable 4SPG, we might even be willing to lend a hand.
Aaron.
You said it. All right. I think we can find a way to compromise. Like I said before, I'm perfectly willing to exchange information on this and other matters. I expect we'll be simply observing the situation for now, much like the Bracer Guild. We'll be counting on all of you to uncover a clue. Good luck, Aaron, Van, everyone. Yeah, leave it to me. An additional connection event for Aaron is now available, and an additional connection point. Alright.
Here's your schedule.
Alright, who are we? Oh, I also have cards.
For me?
Take this. Card. Take the card.
You're too kind.
Take the card.
My thanks.
We have between Hermes File Delivery and now warming up. Aaron wants me to help warm him up if I'm free. He had a pretty serious look on his face. Maybe I better go. You know what? Why not? Let's do it. Band group decided to take a short break. Everyone split up so they could spend their free time as they pleased. There's something I should do before I head out there. Aaron then took Van out of the city. I don't sense any monsters nearby. Looks like nothing's gonna get in our way here. Is there a reason we had to come all the way out here just to warm up? What's going through your... Of course. Hey now, what's the big idea? Just shut up and get ready. Surprise attacks ain't uncommon in actual combat. Don't you go home back now, got it? Oh, so that's how it is. If it's a fight you want, I'd be happy to oblige. Here I come! Are we actually gonna fight him? Oh, no. Just got to fight. So the two began their practical combat training. Aaron relied on his Gekko School sword skills, while Van used the hollow style of his Kunlun martial arts, as well as various tricks. Damn, you're fucking coins at me! You're one crafty asshole! Well, I had to take a gamble. It was all I could come up with to put a stop to your acrobatics. No, I doubt whatever foe you're dreaming up is gonna use tricks like that. Probably not. Considering the guy who's Gekka School martial arts, you're guessing he's from the East, yeah? Is it just me, or are you obsessed with him? I mean, I get that he's wielding the same style as you and all. How could I not be, after witnessing such incredible martial arts firsthand? And it ain't just him. Every one of those masked jackasses is something else. So how can I just sit on my ass and do nothing? Ooh. Even if the Heavenly Mother might forgive me, I won't forgive myself for letting those bastards do as they please. That's why I'll be using you to improve my martial arts. I hope you're ready. How can I say no when you went through all the trouble of picking me as your punching bag? That's sad. It'd be better if...
I see you've already warmed up.
Hey. Fan? Oh, good. I'm glad you can make it. Thanks for coming all this way despite your busy schedule. Once I got your message, I did my best to carve out some time. I had to, seeing as it's all for Aaron. Fan, did you... I mean, I had a pretty good idea what you wanted from me. But finding someone with a weird-ass style like me ain't gonna do much to improve your own martial arts. What you need is a fellow student of the Gekka School. A master. Oh, he's about to... I will be your opponent today, Aaron. I face you not as the next head of the Liu family, nor as the vice president of the Kowloon Bank, but as a master of the Gekka School of Martial Arts. From what I heard, he used to be an assistant instructor. Apparently it's been a hot minute since he was on the front lines, though. For real? I remember when you used to help train me when I was just a twerp. I could ask for a better training partner. You can still go, right? Don't worry. I may not have dueled anyone recently, but I have never slacked in my training. Whether I get serious or not is up to you. Now you're talking. Get ready, Fonderon. I might attempt to... Oh, dear. Damn. How can you move like that? And weaving a talisman, no less. I admit I'm used to being a bit pudgy. Ashen even chides me about it on occasion. But is that all you've got, Aaron? Don't underestimate me. How long has it been since we last faced off like this? To think I used to train you when time permitted back in the day. Back when folks first started calling you Fan Durant. Then he got busy and Ashton started actually working for Hayway. Even Yen started distancing himself from me. I don't mean to go on whining about the old man now, but back then you stood by my side. And I still owe you for that. I did nothing to earn your gratitude, Aaron. In some ways, I'm just like my father. I'm still carrying the events of 40 years ago. You mean... To be honest, I was only 5 years old at the time, so I don't remember things clearly. But even so, I will never forget how Lengpo was in those days. It's been carved into me. Hayway's demonic tyrant, the constant conspiracies and betrayal, the fear which clings to the city even now. The past is a curse, feeding on the present. It's responsible for the events of last year, and ones that took place even just a few months ago. Still, Hayway is changing, little by little, especially now that Sao started a new family. Even Ashen has found a way to shake off the past and look forward. And that change continues with you, Aaron. Being with the Spriggan has really helped you find a new path for yourself.
How many times do I gotta tell you? I ain't part of Heiyue, and I ain't gonna be chained down by the past or the present. I'm gonna walk my own path.
As it should be. As it must be. Free yourself of even the dark machinations of fate itself. Break through all obstacles that lie before you. If you can believe in your friends and in yourself. I know you can do it, Aaron Way.
Oh boy. Damn.
Was that the Ungula barrage?
Oh, my. Well done.
Another breakthrough, huh? Aaron was able to draw out more of his true potential. After everyone's wounds were tended to, Aaron and Van said goodbye to Fan, who left to return to the Kowloon Financial Bank. There he goes. I'm surprised he stuck around so long, considering how busy he is. Aaron is like a son to me. I'm so happy to help. His words. You're well loved, Mr. Prodigy. Can you stop calling me that already? But seriously, those are the things that make me me. As long as you get it.
Believe in my friends and myself, and break through the machinations of fate, huh? Never thought Fawn would be the one to tell me stuff like that.
Guy's not wrong about Hayway is starting to change. You too. You're starting to believe in the path you've chosen for yourself, and finding new potential for who you can be.
That guy's just a big softy. He's supposed to be the next head of the Liu family, you know.
And is there a problem?
And you're not much different. You could tell I've been in a funk and set all this up just to help me.
Of course. Hope I didn't overstep. I mean, I was perfectly happy to stand on the side and let you two go at it.
Quit screwing around. I gotta admit, though, I do feel a little better thanks to you.
Hey.
Doesn't matter what those vestiges are plotting. It won't change what I have to do. They won't be wreaking havoc on my watch. I'm gonna find those bastards and send them packing. And I'm gonna do it with my Gekka. As well as that Spriggan style I picked up from you.
I swear, you got way more presence than when we first met. Prove to me that you ain't gonna lose to anyone, Aaron.
Of course I will. You'd better be there to revel in my victory.
After that, Van and Aaron returned to the city. After meeting up with their friends, blah blah blah. No more points for Van. Phoenix Barrage is being upgraded to True Phoenix Barrage. Interesting. We already watched the movies. Already examined the other bulletin board, I think. Now we gotta complete 4 different quests, apparently.
Welcome.
First off, we're gonna do the quest with Nathan outside the cathedral? Oh, I thought there was another Nate. Now where did my treasure go? If it's not around here...
It sounds like he's searching for something.
Could be a Force PG issue. Might as well ask him what's up. Yo, you lose something? Yes, actually. I collect merchandise from the entertainment industry, you see. Stuff like valuable snapshots of actors and actresses. I'm missing 3 photos, specifically. 1 snapshot of each generation of the Lannister family.
Ah, no more on my fans. My families, I guess. Or so it would seem.
If you find them, would you please bring them back to me?
That's not really a lot of information to go on. Do you remember where you lost them, or whether or not you lost anything else with them?
Right. I realized they were gone this morning, so I probably lost them sometime last night. Actually, now that I think about it, I had slipped them inside of a Lannister family magazine while I was out and about. When I woke up this morning, I realized the whole book was gone and... Hold on a minute. I remember last night I was out drinking at the hotel bar and I showed my friend the magazine and the photos. Do you think I might have left them behind?
As far as I can tell, he probably got drunk and left his stuff at the bar. The fact that he's only remembering this now speaks to the amount of alcohol he must have had last night.
In that case, we might want to swing by and take a look. Alright, we'll go check out the bar for you. Really? Thank you so much. I'll keep looking around elsewhere in the meantime. Wait a sec, that girl with you.
Huh? Me? What's up? Could you please not look at me like that?
My apologies. You just seem so familiar. Anyway, I appreciate you going out of your way for me. Thanks.
Time to get our hands dirty.
Phantom Snapshot. First up, Hotel Mercure, or whatever it's called. I've, at this point, almost completely given up on trying to pronounce it. Down here. You there?
May I have a word?
Ah, yes. There was a customer showing off his magazine and talking about that sort of thing. I remember him forgetting the magazine, but I didn't see any photos slipped inside of it.
The magazine was here, but not the photos. if he left the magazine here, then we at least know he couldn't have dropped the photos on the way home.
In that case, it's possible one of the other customers took them. Now that you mention it, I believe one of our part-timers thought he belonged to the bar. He's not working today. As you can tell, he can be quite careless. I feel like I remember him saying something like, you can each take one, maybe... Oh, hold on. You tell me this guy just gave them away to other customers?
That goes way beyond just being careless.
This has turned out to be a real pain. Sorry, sir. Think you can get in touch with that part-timer and ask which customers took the photos? Of course. One could say this is our responsibility. I'll check with him.
Got in touch.
As I suspected, he ended up giving them away. On behalf of the entire bar, I'd like to apologize. Fortunately, he remembered all 4 customers who took the photos.
Huh? Our client said there were 3.
Could be miscounted, or maybe there was another photo unrelated to the Lancers. Let's set up all 4 people for a start. So what sort of people were they? I have a name for one of them, Goldman. He's actually staying at this very hotel. The second person is a tourist who came off as a little seedy. He said he was going home to the capital via bus today. The third person is a quiet younger man wearing glasses. Apparently, he said he likes movies. And finally, the last individual is a chatty young woman who enjoys gossip. Judging by her manner, the part-timer said she'd probably be hanging out at a cafe or bar, or maybe even a food stall. Gotcha. If we see anybody fit in the descriptions, we'll make sure to hit them up. First up, top floor. You there. Give me the photo.
Got something to ask you.
Huh? The thing I got from the bar yesterday. The bartender said it'd probably be okay if I took it with me. I'm so sorry. I almost ran off with someone else's possession.
Ah, so he's the guy. He totally digs her.
So yeah, the original owner would love it back. We'd be happy to take it back to them if that's fine with you. Honestly, I'm getting interrupted by an ad. Honestly, I'm a little irritated that that part-time bartender got me wrapped up in all this. But alright, I wish I didn't have to, but I'll give it back. Really, I wish I didn't have to. When that man told me I could take it, I never imagined this would happen. He really doesn't want to give it back, does he?
I guess it makes sense. If my mom charmed him, he wouldn't be able to help himself. Just goes to show the draw she has on others.
Let's just leave him be. Alright, there's Chloe's photo. Next up, southwestern exit. Tourist. I don't... Questionable tourist. Hey, give me it.
Pardon me.
No, they're saying it was a mistake. What a pain. It's not like I got any use for it. Here, you take it.
This is a photo of Grammy. It even looks like it's the real deal. You mean it's not a reproduction? It must be quite valuable.
Yeah, I bet it fetched a hefty price.
Were you planning on selling it?
Huh? Like hell I'd sell it. Well, have you know, my grandmother and I are huge fans of Dominique Lannister. She's always been a huge fan. Even took me to see one of Dominique's concerts when I was little. My parents were always busy, so she was the one who looked after me and taught me everything there is to know. And that includes all there is to know about Dominique. Didn't expect this guy to be such a grandma's boy. So what you're saying is you never sell it. Makes sense to me. That being said, the original owner really wants it back.
Fine. As much as I don't want to let go of it, here, take it. I only took it because the guy said I could. Because it reminded me of a photo my grandmother had. You tell the original owner to take good care of it, okay?
Sorry, got me thinking about the old times.
We're, very sorry.
Alright, that's 2. Next up, apparently it'll be near where the garden is. You there.
Pardon me.
Get this, I got my hands on a super rare photo.
Oh, somebody's psyched. Is it really that great?
You won't believe it. What I got right here is a spectacular photo of the Grim Cat, Phantom Thief Extraordinaire. But, no, when?
Man, I always figured it was just a matter of time, especially considering what a moron she is.
How careless. But it's probably fine, as long as no one saw her face, right? That begs the question, why was this photo part of that man's collection?
Who can say? Maybe he's connected the dots, or maybe it's just a coincidence. One way to find out is to deliver the photo back to him. Him. Hate to be the bearer of bad news, but the original owner is looking for that photo. One of the bartenders messed up and gave the snapshots to a bunch of customers.
Ah, seriously? What a shame. Oh well. Here you go. Wait, this is... Like I said, this is an amazing photo of the famous Grim Cat. She's older than I thought, and something about her feels particularly indecent. And that doesn't stop it from being a valuable photo. Shot of the truth from behind urgent legend.
Seriously? What the hell is this woman doing?
Phew, I had chills for a second there. I'm rather curious as to where this photo was taken.
I am too.
She's as excitable as ever.
Well, she seems to be enjoying herself. Ehrgard? Yeah. Thanks for giving this back.
Leanne doesn't seem sure how to react. How do you react, genius? How am I supposed to?
Anyways, last photo, you. Give me that.
Ask you something.
Huh? You mean someone left that behind? How did you know I had it? Heard about it from the gentleman at the bar.
The original owner really wants it back. You mind?
Wait, you're Judith! Here, take it. I can never make an ass of myself in front of Judith.
Ah, shucks. Are you a fan of my work?
I'm so sorry. It was obviously that it's too good to be true. But once I saw that snapshot of you, I just wanted it so bad.
Hey, I'm not upset or anything.
It's all good as long as you don't mind giving it back. We'll take it to the owner, alright? Well, that one was easy. Okay, we got 4 photos in total now, but one of them is a mystery. Guess we can ask the client about it when we return these.
Yeah, how did you get this other photo?
Hello. Oh, my prize collection. Found them. Oh, thank you so much. So I did leave them behind at the bar. I'll need to be more careful with these in the future. You mentioned you were missing 3, but we actually found 4. You sure they're all yours? Oh, yes. One is not part of the Lancer family photo group. I forgot to tell you about it. Yet you still found it in spite of that. Words cannot express how grateful I am to you.
Phew, you didn't see a connection. By the way, how'd you get this 4th photo?
Good question. I guess you could call it luck, or rather a once-in-a-lifetime coincidence. A short time ago, I was just outside the capital photographing the nightscape from the outskirts. Then suddenly I saw movement, and my photographer's reflexes kicking in. I pointed my camera at it. That's when I saw her. I was so startled I pressed the shutter button without thinking. I still can't believe the photo came out so sharp, even after all that.
My, so she was running around dressed like that all the way in the outskirts of Edith. I suppose it could be considered a dress rehearsal of sorts before she headed into the auction. In any event, it sounds like he took it by accident. I'm glad he didn't get hurt at least.
Anyways, at least you got them all now. Try not to lose them next time, yeah? Of course. Thanks again. I'll wire the mirror to you later.
That's all.
Well, that was
folks.
fascinating.
Mirror deposit confirmed.
All good. Increase in the law. Next up, we want to go find a Gracio. Where is a Gracio? You're not Gracio. I think it's over here then. Whoa. This place is big. Gracio, hello. Are you Gracio? We're from Arcred Solutions. Ah, so you're the ones I've been hearing about. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. I'm Gracio, yes, and I represent Anchorville City Hall's tourism branch.
There's no need to be so formal. It feels a little strange in a place like this.
And every day we get a forced G from someone in the government. Even so, I expect my request should be right up your alley. Now, allow me to explain the situation. Let's not get ahead of ourselves, Gracio. Please wait for me. Who? My apologies, Mr. Bannings?
Oh, is this your boss? Please, allow me to introduce...
Oh. The fixer's right. I've heard the rumors. You're right that we don't normally consider asking for outside help. Gracio here has been making the case that thinks that we should reach out to you. Seeing as the buck ends with me as the manager, I'll be sitting in on this meeting. Fine with me. So, what's the deal with the request? As you can imagine, our tourism branch is in charge of Anchorville's PR and facility management insofar as they relate to tourism. That includes cooperating with certain sites used to reserve lodgings. It's a service that books accommodations for you, yeah? I've seen a few before. It's a little strange for the city to be involved like this, Well, we don't just think of ourselves as just a transportation hub or a rest stop on the way to the capital. So we provide information to tourists about our various attractions and recommend accommodations and discounts they can use while they're here. We're now also running a popular support campaign in conjunction with the space program, offering partial rebates for lodgings. Because of that, we've been getting more and more reservations than we ever thought possible.
How? Normally people just skip right by us since we're so close to the capital.
Sounds like you jumped on the space program bandwagon at just the right time.
Oh, Aaron. More to the point, the request makes it sound like you've run into some trouble.
Yes. For starters, some of the rooms the guests reserved ended up being occupied before they even made it to the hotel. One group reserved a suite and ended up with a conference room. And there was even a prepaid reservation that had no record of payments, causing the guests to lose out on the room. Such problems have been frequent, but only at lodgings registered on the site within the city.
Only at Anchorville Lodgings? That is strange.
Did City Hall figure anything out? Nothing, unfortunately. We don't know if this is an issue with the site, an error by a third party, or even some kind of crime. Whatever the case, we'd really like to get this taken care of quickly. In addition to affecting business operations, they've also resulted in a number of claims being made against us. I heard rumors about you while all this had been going on. Apparently you're familiar with the Orbital network and other new technologies. We would truly appreciate your assistance. Sure. We're on it. Alright, we accept.
Really? That's reassuring.
Normally I'd say it's up to the city to clean its own mess. But if everything is in order, I'll leave the rest to Gracio. I'll still be keeping an eye on things, though. We'll see whether or not you'll like the room to stay.
I don't get the feeling that he trusts us.
Can't blame him. Even if our reputation's been growing, the work we do ain't exactly on the up and up. No, we'd like to hurry up and get started, but we can't until we actually know what the issues are.
Of course, that would be at Hotel Mercule on the back street, and the boarding house operating in the southeastern part of town. We've already spoken to the people in charge, so I'll leave the rest to you. One more thing before you go. Here.
An envelope. What's this?
What do you mean? This is the advance payment, of course. I believe that what we need was made clear in our request. Please accept it. We only want this problem to be taken care of quickly. Naturally, you will be provided a much greater remuneration upon the completion of the job.
Yeah, thanks for the offer, but we only accept payment after the request is completed. Hard to guess how much overhead we'll be dealing with. Can't you just pay us after we've wrapped things up?
Is that so? Well, if you say so. We'll let you know if we find anything, so don't worry. First, we'll need to check out Hotel Mercule and the boarding house by the station, right?
Yeah, let's get started. Something about this
Let's
stinks.
get this party started.
Something about this feels off.
There's so many things.
Anyways, first off, Hotel Mercule. You there.
Got a
Hotel
question
reservation
for you.
issues.
Welcome. Did you have a reservation?
Nah, just some questions. We're here on behalf of the City Hall regarding a certain incident. Talk.
I see. This is about the booking site. Yes, our hotel is registered. Thanks to the tourism support campaign, the number of guests staying with us has increased over the last few years.
Sounds like the number of problems have gone up too, am I right?
Yes, just the other day we had an issue that affected 2 of our guests. The reservations overlapped for the same room. Does that mean they were somehow able to reserve the same room at the same time? That definitely sounds like a problem. Indeed. The room in question sits facing the river, with an excellent view of the city. After some discussion, we were able to move the guests who made their reservation second to a room on the other side of the hotel. To compensate them, we provided upgraded dining privileges and other benefits. However, the tourism support campaign ultimately failed to provide them with the rebate. Our guests were fairly dissatisfied as a result.
It seems travel and trouble go hand in hand.
It was a strain on the hotel too, wasn't it? Honestly, it's been nice not having to worry about profits recently. Needless to say, we're happy about the increase in visitors. It's just that the growing number of issues is becoming a problem. We reached out to the booking site to try and prevent this from happening again, but they said they couldn't identify the problem.
No clues about the cause, huh?
Would you be willing to share your communications with the booking site from the time of the incident? After you've deleted your guest's personal information, of course. I suppose I could provide that much. Just a moment, please.
Alright, let's see it. We got some info. Now, let's go talk to this other person. In front of the chapel.
See you later,
Boarding house
Pardon
owner.
me.
You there! We had to deal with complaints all day yesterday. We really need City Hall to do something about this as soon as possible.
Excuse me, are you the person in charge here?
Sorry to interrupt while you're busy. Got a minute to chat? And you are?
Yep.
You're here on behalf of the City Hall about the booking site problems. Then am I glad to see you. Honestly, these issues have worn me out.
We were told that you have an old apartment that you've been renting out as temporary lodging. Would you mind telling us about some of the troubles you've been having?
Just the other day, guests told me they made a reservation on the site. But we hadn't gotten enough notification about it at all. There was nothing we could do to accommodate them at the time, since we were full. A reservation that shouldn't have gone through. Sounds like it's been a common issue.
What ended up happening with the guests?
Well, we helped them find another hotel to stay in. It's troublesome having to deal with these unforeseen issues, including returning the mirror they said they'd already paid. The new hotel didn't fall under the ongoing tourism campaign, so the guests lost out on the rebate too. Since we were so busy helping them, we couldn't deal with our normal guests, resulting in a number of complaints. Sounds rough for such a small operation.
Did they not find any flaws in the booking site system? I suppose that's a possibility. It depends on how complete the system is, but that's the first place I'd look after taking everything into account.
We asked, but they told us they couldn't figure out where the problem originated. The site only just started operating, and there haven't been any similar issues elsewhere. I've definitely seen an increase in the people staying with us since I registered on the tourism guy's recommendation. But if I'm going to have to keep dealing with things like this, I might have to back out. More people, more problems, I guess. But something does feel off. You mind if I take a look at the computer you use for reservations? We'd like to take a peek at the data from that day, just in case. Not at all. Here, I'll show you the way.
Alright, let's take a look. We managed to get information from both the hotel and the boarding house that Gracio mentioned.
Sounds like both of them had problems with the site, but got no answers about why.
We've investigated the data we received. It appears that the guests experiencing the problems were using different booking sites. There were records of other such cases as well, but there doesn't seem to be any common threads regarding the sites they used.
Sounds like it's not a bug in the reservation system itself. Could be something on the outside. Or maybe a problem with the lodging. Either's possible.
I hate to doubt the people of my own hometown, but should we get my mom involved? Miss Chloe? Yeah, La Nuit des Chat Noir may not be a hotel, and the guest rooms typically go unused. But it is pretty famous in the area. The tourism branch has probably reached out to her before. She must know something about what's been going on.
Probably right. Maybe I'll check in with her.
And let's head over there now.
There is going to be extra SP conditions, but it's just answering questions by the looks of things.
See you later, Judith.
So let's make sure we save the game here. That's not the right button. That's the right button.
Good stuff.
Gorgeous gown.
Good stuff.
Nice. Chloe,
This has a nice. Excuse me?
the former Grimcat's thoughts. What do you gotta say?
Oh, you're all back. Looks like you're in the middle of a 4SBG. Your face suggests you need something from me. That's my mom. Nothing gets past her.
We wanted to hear your thoughts on our current 4SPG. After calling out to the members of the crew standing by, they gathered at a corner booth to talk.
Ah, yes. I was approached by City Hall's tourism branch not too long ago. They said they would provide monetary assistance and wondered if I wouldn't open up the second floor rooms to booking. Of course, given the secrets we keep, I had to turn them down.
It sure would have made the place a lot more lively.
Having more outsiders around would make it a little harder for the cats to play.
You want to protect your secrets, then you'd be better off lugging up Judith in her room.
What's that supposed to mean? I'm pretty sure there's only one possible implication. You too, Catre? Anyway, that's the situation as it stands.
You hear anything about it? No one ain't just a bug with a booking site.
I heard about what happened at the hotel and the boarding house. But there's something else that I found interesting. It's regarding the tourism support campaign. The tourism support campaign? That's a rebate offered on reservations made through the site. Yes, but it doesn't apply to everyone. There are a few conditions. You have to use the site, fill out a survey regarding that usage, and so on. Anchorville City Hall ultimately has the final say. The problem, though, is timing. I looked into it. The City Hall was making their decision after the reservation was confirmed, but before the info was sent to the hotel. Means... City Hall's the one stopping the information from going through? The information on the reservation was only sent to the hotel after a determination was made. It certainly seems like a strange system, doesn't it?
Sure does. There's no reason for City Hall to get in the middle of the reservation process. Sorry, I'm trying to grab something here. Alright. Sounds like somebody's trying to sabotage then. Payments could get canceled. Whether or not someone qualifies for a rebate should be decided after their stay. That's how other campaigns like this tend to handle it anyway. Begs the question, who's in charge of making these determinations?
I've already looked into it. It's none other than the tourism branch's own Gracio.
Their client, huh? This is starting to stink.
But why? What for? It seems a little too complex to be a prank. But it's not like either the guests or the lodging are suffering much in damages. Hotels only lose a little bit of time and cost in compensating their guests. And it's not like any guests have been tricked out of something.
Not publicly, anyway. Could be something like that's happening, but it just never got brought to our attention.
It sounds like you've got something in mind.
Yeah, but I still got a few questions. Thanks, though. We managed to straighten some things out. You certainly match your reputation.
You're quite welcome. I don't really get it.
We may have to start asking our questions more directly.
Yes, then let's head to Anchorville City Hall.
Let's get to the source of it, shall we? I think it's time we have a talk with Gracio. Have a little, chat about what he's been doing. Ooh, car. How many times are we gonna walk around in a circle in this damn city? Now it makes sense why he wanted to pay us off at the beginning. So he wouldn't feel like we had... So it felt like we wouldn't be able to go against him. Ah, Arcade Solutions. How's the request coming along? Do you have an idea of when we'll be able to put this behind us? Yeah, we talked to everyone involved. Is that so? I'm glad. Perhaps we should go into that meeting room for your report. Nah, yours good. Since it looks like we gotta clear up some misunderstandings. What does that mean exactly? Sounds to me like your investigation into the booking site is complete. Did you figure out what was causing the problems? Yeah, sure did. Having you here works out. It'll be much quicker if you're involved. Say what?
Man.
Let me start with our conclusions. The problems with the booking site that have been popping up were caused by... Gracio. You, our client. What? What are you saying?
So it was him.
It would certainly explain a lot if he's our guy.
Yes, including the true reason behind the trouble.
Would you kindly elaborate? The trouble wasn't caused by the site itself, nor by the lodgings or the guests. It's a question who caused the problems and why.
The core issue is the discrepancy between the reservations the guests made and the information the accommodations received. Based on the fact that this problem is only happening in Anchorville, regardless of the site being used. And given the systems in place for the tourism support campaign, we were able to narrow down the list of third parties involved. The culprit in question intentionally created trouble for the lodgings by falsifying reservation information.
Hold on a second. Why would anyone do that? Sure, there were issues, but the payments people made were refunded properly, and they were even compensated for their trouble. Nobody stands to get anything. Would someone really go through that much trouble just to cause problems?
Not normally, no. You're right on that account. Especially if there wasn't the potential for a major payout that could offset the risk of being caught. But you must have an idea as to why someone would do this, Mr. Bannings.
But there's nothing to gain from it.
No, there is one thing. Something only someone within the tourism branch would know about. Some so few people ever deal with that it would easily go under the radar.
You mean...
It's for the rebate money from canceled reservations.
The rebate mirror from canceled reservations?
Yeah, probably. With reservation information altered, guests would be forced to cancel with the tourism campaign. But the funds are still requested when the reservation is completed. A culprit in question exploited that gap and embezzled the funds from cancellations. It's the kind of thing only one person has access to. The person who makes the determination. In other words, you.
There has been some talk up the ladder at City Hall. It was discovered that the reports didn't match their approved budgets, which means someone from inside the organization was up to something. An investigation has been pending. Gracio, mind giving me a look at your computer?
It's not true, sir. I would never embezzle money. I only wanted to bring some life into this town. Before I knew it, I had all this mirror at my fingertips, more than I'd ever seen. No, that's not what I meant to say.
I never imagined he'd be embezzling the funds.
Well, whatever. At least we figured things out. What's the deal? This isn't what I was told.
Gracio?
You're the Spriggan, aren't you? You fix things, right? You'll do whatever you have to for Mira, even making crimes disappear. Did you read my request properly?
Huh? Your request? Word on the street is that orbital network issues are within your area of expertise. Would you be able to help me clean up this mess?
I had a feeling we were on the same page.
So he expects us to help cover up its crime?
To think there could be such a mistake.
What a huge misunderstanding.
I did nothing wrong. A devil made me do it. If only you would just help me cover everything up instead of blabbing about the whole thing. What kind of solutions are you? My whole life's over.
Gracio.
What a joke. Saying anything else at this point is just meddling, but we did accept his request. How do you deal with Gracio? We're in City Hall. Let's just try and calm him down. Stop blaming others. Seriously. The devil made you do it? The hell it did. This is you getting served your just desserts. You even dug your own grave by hiring us. If you can't accept any blame, you'll never be able to start over. Start over? How am I supposed to start over? That's up to you. I ain't gonna lie and tell you it's easy. Starting over is just the bare minimum, especially considering you put up that 4 SPG.
Guys.
We apologize for making a scene.
We ain't trying to stand out any more than we already have. So do you mind taking them to another room and calling the cops for us?
No, I don't mind at all.
Calmer Gracio was taken to another room. Prevent the disturbance from spreading, he was handed over to the police via back door. After time, an air of peace returned to the tumultuous City Hall.
I hope you'll all forgive me. I never expect things to turn out like this. If it's any consolation, I was at least able to arrange for the payment on Gracio's behalf. You did solve the problem with the reservations, after all. Seeing how things went, I almost want to ask for a bonus. But I'll let it slide. It's partly our fault for not noticing the issue earlier.
Man,
Don't tell me you feel sorry for the bastard. I'm not that naive. Depending on the client, it's not impossible that we'd accept that kind of request. But we're not obligated to help someone who just wants to avoid paying for their crimes.
you're right. That simply isn't our way.
I see. So this is a Spriggan. I'm ashamed to admit I was on my guard against you, just because I'd heard you did jobs for the underworld.
It does sound like an appropriate reaction. It's a shame things turned out like this, but I think your tourism plan is still a great idea. Please keep doing what you can to make our town a great place to visit.
Of course. We'll have to restructure our campaign, though, and earn back the trust of the people we've made promise for.
Good luck with all the fallout, too. As for us, it's time we took our leave.
All in a day's work.
Hotel reservation now. Increase in law and gray. And that should give us our extra stuff there. Alright, next up we have the other. I'm not paying attention to where I'm walking. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. We got this one over here. It was like a Nelkin or something like that. President Nelkin. Hello.
Are you President Nelkin, the one who submitted the 4SPG? Yes, are you the rumored Spriggan? Thank you for coming. I am Nelkin, of Nelkin Transport.
It's a pleasure to meet you. We're from Arkwright Solutions. Falcon Transport's not a name we hear around here very often. Sorry, not to be rude.
That's quite alright. We're still a small transportation company as we've only recently opened for business. But that's what lets us provide personalized service and give our all to every job. Fortunately for us, that's meant a steadily growing list of customers.
That's all well and good, but can you cut to the chase already? What do you want from us? Aren't you having trouble getting in touch with one of your delivery guys or something? I take it there's more to it than that.
Indeed, as this relates to my company policies, the missing person in question is a young man from the Central East who has a history of arrest. We employ a number of people who have served time, as well as those with large debts, a history of smuggling, or even no hope. I go so far as to say they make up the majority of our workforce.
That means... So you actually employ people with nowhere else to go?
Correct. They have passed, but they're still doing their best to reintegrate into society. We established this company to give them a second chance, to give them a home. Unfortunately, some of them are still dealing with repercussions of their crimes and debts for various reasons. The Guild and the police would not be able to turn a blind eye to such things, which is why a bit of heat could cause trouble for some of my other employees as well. It's something I like to avoid. I know I'm being selfish, but how about it? Would you be willing to take on my request?
I'm on it, gamer. Sounds like it meets the criteria for 4SPG to me. We'll take it on.
Oh, thank you. I'll be counting on you.
Hold on now. First I want to know why that delivery guy went missing.
That's a good question. According to your request, he was in the middle of a job for a company that hired you, right?
I haven't the slightest idea. The delivery person is a Central Easterner named Yeza. He's always been a hard worker. But this morning, after we received word that his delivery had been completed, he completely fell off the radar.
Is it possible he got caught in something? An accident?
There's no way to know for sure.
That's certainly a possibility. Let's not worry about the why for now. We should start searching.
Right. Do you know what his delivery route was?
The last report we got was for a completed delivery was in a residential area to the southeast. After that, he should have been stopping by the workshop for vehicle maintenance. It may also help you to know that due to his frequent trips to the logistics center, he was friends with some of the employees of other firms.
Sounds like as good a place to start as any. Let's go see what they have to say.
Thanks again. I really wasn't sure what I should do. And then you came like a blessing from the goddess. With that, I leave the rest to you. I'm counting on you.
Sure. Leave it to us.
Let's hurry up and finish this.
Some stinks here. Alright, we gotta go check in with 3 NPCs. Let's start. First off, you.
May I have a word?
You there.
Central Eastern delivery man, yeah? Yeah, someone like that stopped by this morning. Really? I never expected him to come to your workshop.
What did he buy?
A maintenance kit with some oil and a brush for cleaning small places. He said he was going to use it on his delivery vehicle.
Some barring you?
It's just, he seemed a little out of sorts when he came in. Like he was dead on the inside, like he'd given up. He was looking at our products with a faraway look in his eyes. Why would he be so forlorn?
Hopefully it's not the possession we've come to expect, the contamination. I don't know what happened, but it's sure pushing the definition of depression.
Especially considering the contents of that maintenance kit. It just occurred to me that it could be used just as effectively to service a firearm. I tried to see how he was feeling, but he blew me off by saying it didn't matter. As a concerning response.
I'm getting a bad feeling about this.
I can't say anything for certain, but I did wonder. I haven't thought about getting in touch with the guild or calling the police. There's something going on, isn't there?
Yeah, just leave it to us for now. Alright. How about you there, Louise?
Got a question for you.
And this is where his delivery stopped. But he still hasn't contacted us. Did something happen? Yazer wouldn't flake on us, would he?
He said Yazer.
Looks like you're a friend of our missing delivery man. Who are you? Yazer. He said he's missing. There's no way. He'd never take off without letting me know. I heard you work for different companies, but it seems like the two of you are pretty good friends. Yeah, I work for a company called Anchorville Transport. I actually met Yazer while we were waiting for packages at the logistics center. We're around the same age, so we kind of hit it off, and we're always talking in the shop while drinking coffee. Actually, I just picked up a package Yazer's supposed to deliver this afternoon. I figure I'd take it to him. Anchorville Transport is a pretty big company.
Yeah, they've been around a while. You could say they're a pillar of the industry at this point. Did someone make you transport another company's package?
Yeah, I got permission. You know, we always help each other out when we're in trouble. I'm still doing my work too, so it's not like anyone's gonna complain.
I expect this paperwork might be troublesome. You seem to be a good friend.
He's a little too nosy in my opinion. Still, sounds like it's pretty unusual that he just vanished without saying anything to you.
Something has been eating away at him for a while now. He never brought it up himself, so I try not to pry. But now that he's missing, I can't just do nothing. Will you let me join in the search?
Always happy for an extra pair of eyes, but aren't you in the middle of work?
It doesn't make a difference. Even while working, I can still gather information. So please, I'm a friend. And let me know if you hear anything else.
We have all kinds of fresh vegetables.
See you later, Judah.
Alright, one more person to check with. You. Grandmother.
If I may trouble you a moment.
I sure hope that delivery boy's okay. Oh, did you need something?
Could this be the person Yazer was delivering to?
Pardon me, I was hoping I could ask you a question. You know about him?
Search Central Eastern. Ah, you mean the delivery man who came this morning? He's missing. Surely you wouldn't have been bothered by such a minor thing.
Was there some kind of trouble?
Yes, well, I wouldn't call it trouble per se. He delivered a package from my son and his wife, who are in the capital. It's just that he was a little late.
How late do you mean by a little?
Let's see, about a minute maybe.
That's a little, alright. Could just be someone's clock is fast.
Certainly, but it seemed to really matter to the delivery man. I told him there was nothing to worry about, that it was just a minute. But he apologized time and time again like he thought it was the end of the world.
Why would he go that far?
And after that?
He was completely distracted, like he couldn't think about anything else. I heard him mumbling things like it's all over and I'm finished as he got back into his delivery vehicle. I got worried that he might get into an accident since he seemed so frazzled, so I called out to him.
I'm fine. It's okay. Nothing's wrong. Thanks, but you don't have to worry about me.
He took off after that. There's nothing more I could say.
Sure doesn't sound like he was fine.
Yeah, it was barely even a mistake. It's the kind of thing that could happen to anyone. Something's definitely going on. That much is clear. Thanks for your help, man.
Oh, it was nothing. I just hope everything's all right.
The group finished investigating the place as mentioned by President Nelkin and decided to organize the information they'd uncovered.
We spoke to a lot of people.
I got a real bad feeling about this. Still don't know where that delivery guy Yeazer has gone off to. We at least have a vague idea of what he might be planning.
Yes, though it's just a guess. He might be here.
He's planning to commit suicide.
No matter how you look at it, that's certainly the idea that comes to mind. Yes, whether it's the concerning look the old lady saw or the kit he purchased at the workshop. Not to mention the fact that he can't be found anywhere in the city, even though he's driving a delivery vehicle.
There's a good chance he's already left. Things aren't looking good, huh?
He went missing this morning, right? That's quite a long time. I should like to think it would take him time to work up the nerve.
For now, all we can do is scour the city.
Then let's get to it.
Hang on. You guys are still in the city.
Luis, I almost forgot we exchanged contact info.
You said you were headed to the logistics center. Find anything? Yeah, they said I just missed Yeazer. That idiot left behind a freaking suicide note. They said he was headed somewhere in the Angerville outskirts.
It's just as we thought.
Yeah, but if he's headed to the outskirts, we might still be able to stop him. Let's hurry. Oh boy. Here we can do a double whammy of side quest.
Initiating search.
There's 2 side quests we can do here. There's the one over there, and oh my gosh, there's so many freaking chests. It's actually crazy. Hang on, I'll look at the guide real quick for just a minute. Alright, sorry, I was just looking at the guide.
Look out for
A bunch of monsters that probably need to collect for, where am I going?
That's my wide open.
Very good.
Bring it on! Get him on, yes!
Kill him.
The boost gate.
Murder.
Boost gate.
Treasure located.
Oracle. Twilight Kiss is become Calamity
A
Kiss.
welcome
Very
improvement.
cool.
Getting sharper.
Getting sharper.
Whatever you need.
Have some more.
Thing.
Mr. Arkwright. Keep it up. It's working.
Sail slash. Ow.
You'll be sorry!
Here.
Didn't even
I
break
could do
a
that
sweat.
side quest right
Shall I
now,
massage
or
your shoulders,
For ranged
Mr.
attacks.
I'm a bad person.
Looks like the gang's on
That's a
board.
cactus turtle.
Now's your chance for a shot boost.
Bruh.
Miss Lancer.
Sucker!
I'm with you. Over here.
Grim Knight Rouge.
The boost gauge limit has been raised.
Slow ass.
Marble Boosh.
Nice. That went great.
Nice going, Dan.
Take care. That's above an A-level threat. Beginning suppression.
Kill.
Miss Lancer. There we go. Unwelcome back.
Boost gauge limiter removed.
This is cool.
You'll pay for that. Get him on, yes!
This is cool.
Slow ass. Nice.
Magic attacks
That went
recommended.
great.
Shall I prepare some sweets?
I'm
for
just
you,
going for the
Mr.
chest, you
Treasure
idiot.
chest.
Open the damn thing. There's a bomb.
Hey, treasure
Oh, hey.
chest.
One of these chests. Alright.
Conducting search.
Alright, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Oh, crap.
Security
Run!
bypassed. Conducting search.
Yo,
Conducting
what is
search.
this?
Conducting search.
Oh, damn it.
Conducting search.
3 of them.
Conducting search. Conducting search.
It's not gonna turn. It is.
Conducting search. Conducting search.
Alright, come on.
This is kid stuff.
Got it.
Security bypass. Conducting search.
I'm free!
I knew it.
Easy.
This thing's as
Crystal Eden. Nice. Just want to grab all the chests mostly.
I'm getting a reading. Please
Deploy charge with you.
I'll take these guys.
Boost gauge limiter.
Murder.
Following up.
Smound.
That went better than I anticipated. You were an incredible
getting
helper
reading.
set.
So many enemies. Watch out. Now's your
So
chance
many
for a sharp
enemies.
boost.
The decisive act, it's working.
After
You would. Yet another.
After you would.
Murder.
be sorry.
I was hoping the burn would kill it, but the HP
I'll
absorb.
take you on. Yeah, under here. Fan.
Here to
Will
help.
you shut up?
Here's a little more. Here to help. Sucker!
Die, damn you.
Nice. Moving on up.
Sir Taco. What'd you expect?
Oh, it's one of these things.
There. All pep.
Save the game.
Up again.
We fought something similar recently, in the past, actually. Not too distant past, I imagine.
Be careful.
I'm with you.
As your son right. I'm hitting you with everything I got, game. Screw you.
The boost gauge
You
limiter.
don't have really one yet.
Initiating drive.
I hit the wrong button.
On the house. You're up.
Damn.
Oh, I'm sure I could do better.
Another step.
Banjo's
takes care of that.
Jake.
Reward deposited.
Increase in law.
Let's have a
Now,
look.
apparently the guide says there... Hang on, have I gotten all the chests? No. But apparently the guide says that there is... Hang on.
Shock one up.
Aegis
Shock
Shield and
one up.
Sepith Mass. Can I
I'm curious
figure
to
out how to
see
control
how
the game
well
again?
I'll perform.
Alright, you already know the deal.
And cast. A bite. My, this one's quite
What are we
large.
looking for again? We're looking for a marble snakehead. Hang on, I should probably save here first. There we go.
I'm curious to see how well I'll perform. And cast.
Now, for the love of all that's holy, don't let it take as long as last time.
My, this one's
Please.
quite large.
The last fish took too stupidly long
And
of a time.
cast. A bite. I'm happy to report I caught
This is a
one.
pearl glass.
And cast.
Once I see we have 10 left, I'm resetting.
I'm happy to report I caught one.
This is not what I'm looking for.
And cast. A bite. I'm happy to report
No.
I caught one. And cast. A bite.
Ugh.
My, this one's quite large.
Come on.
And cast. A bite. My, this one's quite large.
Game, you're doing it to me again.
And cast.
Please.
A bite.
I beg thee, don't.
My, this
I
one's
would have been
quite
so
large.
sad if I lost it. Alright. Come on.
I'm curious to see
Big.
how well I'll perform. And cast.
How many times are we going to be fishing?
A bite. My,
Gold
this
salmon.
one's quite large. And cast. A bite.
Come on.
Ah, a rare
There we
species.
go. Marble snake egg.
Quite a good find.
Vitality panacea. It's like 100 HP or something like that.
Initiating search.
Look out for ranged
Now we just gotta
attacks.
make sure we go back and get the other two, hang on, I'm pulling up the guide again.
I smell treasure.
Alright.
That looks like a nice chest.
Bunch of sepith. There is gonna be an alignment choice up ahead, it seems. Alright. Gazer.
Dan, over there.
There he is. Things will be easier this way. Need to put the gun in his mouth. Wait! Not chance. Huh?
We made it in time.
Just barely.
Hey, you, don't be stupid.
Why are you trying to stop me? I've been struggling with this all morning. I finally made up my mind. It'll finally be over. I'll finally be free. There's nowhere else to go, nowhere else to run.
Just what could possibly push you this far? It's okay to run away, but why do something like this?
Look, we're strangers. We don't understand your situation. Maybe you're not interested in what we have to say. But we're here, aren't we? It's gotta be some kind of fate, so why don't you calm down and tell us what's going on? Depending on what you're going through, we might need to change up our request. Just who are you guys? Here we go. Provide a deeper look into the realities of Nelkin transport.
Over 300 hours of unpaid overtime, being forced to come in on your days off.
Jesus.
Not to mention how mistakes are penalized and employees are required to maintain company vehicles on their own dime, among other things. This is all clearly exploitation.
And some of the worst kinds, no less. Even the underworld's not this bad. Or should I say cruel.
What difference does it make? That present dude acts all nice and everything, but he's a real piece of work.
Ever since I was arrested for stealing from the fields back when I was a refugee, my whole life has been a downward spiral. I joined this company shortly after I got out of prison. At first, I was grateful to them. They gave those of us with nowhere else to go a chance to work. In the end, you were caged by your criminal past and forced to work like slaves. I can tell you that my will to live was gradually being ground into dust. We barely ever get our wages, and even now we're stuck living out the office. Where else could we go? In the end, it didn't matter. We didn't even have the strength to run anyway.
Using someone's vulnerabilities against them is the essence of cowardice.
There's no way we can forgive them. I knew such companies worked in the shadows of the Republic. What was the President thinking when he made this request? It didn't feel like anything was off with the request itself.
Yeah, I did get the sense talking to him that something wasn't right. But now the truth's come out. The guy simply doesn't meet our requirements. It's time to pay the price, including what he owes us for trying to make us do his dirty work. You aren't planning on reporting the company, are you? Please, don't. There's no proof. And if you report them, then the rest of the employees won't have a place to belong. Trust me, that's just another way these guys keep people in line. And no matter what they tell you, this ain't the kind of place you can belong to. It's nothing but hell with air conditioner. You're gonna have to grow a spine, get yours, and buy your life back. Do that, and we'll be right there with you.
Why would you go that far?
It's not just for you. We gotta balance our own account too. And besides, there's someone else who's just as pissed off as we are. Hey! Who? Hey!
Thank the goddess. You made in time. Hazer, you damn fool. How dare you leave me with a suicide note?
Luis,
Exploitation you were talking about. Do you think that would just ended with your death? Why didn't you let me help you? We're friends, aren't we? Well, players are all here.
Yep, now it's time for the plan. Let's begin, shall we? Hey there.
Hello, everyone. Sorry to keep you waiting.
Sorry to call you on the way out here.
No, this may be the best. Given my request, we won't have to worry about anyone overhearing us. You mentioned that you wanted to make your report in person. Did you have any luck finding Yeza?
Yeah, he's in the cab of the truck. Seems like he decided to take matters in his own hands.
Is that so? That makes things easier on me, then. I'm sorry to say that we get these kinds of escapees every once in a while. It would be inconvenient if our practices were ever made public, so I always have to track them down and bring them back. They forget how much I do for them. These stray dogs should just be thankful I even give them a job. Well, thanks for finding him before it became a whole thing. You guys are even better than the rumors say. Can I leave the cleanup to all of you as well? With that, I leave the rest to you. I'm counting on you.
So that's what he really meant.
I suppose he wasn't lying about wanting things resolved without a fuss. So, the whole 4SVG was just to help this guy hide his shady business.
Huh? What are you talking about?
President.
Hey there. You! What? Didn't you say he was getting the delivery truck?
That's not what I said. I said he decided to take matters into his own hands. Evidence of everything from Nelkin Transport's illegal hiring practices to the ramp exploitation is right here.
What?
Turns out there were a lot of other people in the industry who were concerned about the way your employees work. I used my contacts in Anchorville at Transport to gather plenty of proof.
We have all the data from the company T-Phones too. That should be ample evidence of the excessive workload he forced on us.
And just for good measure, we hacked some of the Nelkin Transport's internal data you've been trying to cover up. All we have to do is show this to the right people, and your company is finished.
Your security was so lax, it was almost boring. We analyzed and restored everything, including your encrypted data and everything you deleted.
What's going on here? Why are you helping out the stray dog? Weren't you supposed to solve any problems, no matter the circumstances, as long as you get paid? Isn't that what the Spriggan does?
What are you talking about?
I don't know where you got that idea, but we don't operate on a scale of black, white, or gray. Taking on a request like this was a mistake. No way we tackle a 4SPG as foul as this one. Now, it's time to negotiate. You've got 3 options. 1, completely revamp your company and develop a proper working environment and suitable compensation. 2, pay your employees what you owe them, plus additional compensation, and let them leave the company amicably. 3, do nothing and watch us hand this data over to the guild or police and let them crush you in your business. Personally, I recommend 1 or 2. Do those and I can hold off on reporting you for now. And trust me, that's way more of a break than you deserve. Consider it thanks for giving these people a place to go.
I think I'm going to pick option 4. Kill you and recover the data.
Yeah, figures.
Who are these guys? They're the guards who hang around the main office.
Based on the way they move, I guess they're aggregate dropouts. I can't believe this guy would go this far.
This is my insurance to make sure none of those wayward strays get any ideas. Alright, you lot, do it. Yes, sir.
Looks like we'll have to shut him up ourselves.
Yes, sir. Luis, please step back.
We'll take them all down.
Here it goes.
Oh, you really want to do this?
Here to help.
I'd rather you fucking die.
Boost gauge limited.
Impossible.
Now, can we talk, Mr. Nelkins?
How can this be?
Phew, that wasn't too much trouble.
These jumps never stood a chance.
Looks like it's over for now.
Please, stop! Whoa! Yazer! Don't! You're a real piece of work, President Nelkin. You took me in. Me, a Central Easterner with a record, you saved me. I was in your debt. That's why I begged them to give you a chance. A way to settle this. I can't believe I was such a fool. What do you do? Don't stain your hands with this disgusting blood. No. You really want to do that and make things worse for yourself? You want to make Luis upset that now his friend has to go to jail for being a murderer? All you did before was steal a little. You want to make it worse than that? Give me a break.
Man.
Made it. It was probably unnecessary. There wasn't any pressure on the trigger. You were never going to pull it, were you? Hey, don't worry about it. The fact that you stopped at the end is what's important. That's the difference between you and him.
Yeah, this guy's not worth committing another crime over. I'm sure you're worried about your job, but remember, you've got me.
Luis. Right. Thanks.
Man, you really had me worried there for a moment.
Guess you could say we finished the request.
Afterward, Van and crew called the Anchorville police and handed over an unconscious Nelkin and his goons. They left everything else to the police, including the evidence of the company's exploitation. Yazer and the rest of the Nelkin transport employees collectively agreed to cooperate with the investigation and face the music, coming clean about their criminal past or their illegal entry into the country. It'll be better this way.
It might be strange for me to say this, but thank you, all of you. It's because of you I got to help my friend out of a bad place. I'm truly grateful. No, it was you who's been Yazer's most important pillar of emotional support. It's because of you that he hesitated to take his own life, and that of someone else. I'm sure it meant the world to him to have someone reach out to him at his lowest moment. All I've ever done is chat with him at the logistics center. Isn't that what's most important?
Yeah, sounds to me like what you would call a friend.
Either way, I won't get to see Yazer for a while because of the investigation. He's probably getting a real bind now that the company he worked for is gone, so I'll have to give him another hand. Maybe I'll try and introduce him to our recruiting office. That could help.
Yeah, that's a nice idea. Yeah, and if any trouble pops up, you can always put up a 4SPG.
I'll be sure to let him know. Spraying, huh? Good luck with everything while you're in Anchorville.
That's all, folks.
Reward deposited.
Thank goodness it went as well as it did. We were on the verge of having somebody just die. In more ways than one. Sorry, I'm looking at the guide for a second just to make sure it's something. Kind of just looking to see ahead, like where. Alright. Law rank up. Law max. Raise your law LGC alignment to the maximum level achievement. Laying down the law. Okay, I think that about covers every place there is to see.
And we've gone through most of the 4SPGs too. No sign of those masked guys or the white replica.
Right, they're still at large. Perhaps we gotta gather everyone together and discuss the matter. Yeah, I'm curious what Mom thinks. Let's head back to Chat Noir.
So we should have no other side quests. We did all of them, I'm pretty sure.
Good stuff.
Aegis Omega. Neato. Hang on. Let me just make sure I'm right on that regard. Yeah, 4 quests. Got all of them done. Is there gonna be any extra escort missions going through? Just looking at the guide to make sure everything's alright. Alright. Seems we're good to go. Nothing else to buy here. Alright, let's move. That with reserve team members, Chloe joined them as well, and they discussed all their thoughts about the current state of affairs in Anchorville. Alright, what do we got?
At present, there's no sign that the vestiges are here in Anchorville. And yet you feel as though something is out of place. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, telltale signs that the 4 SPGs post... that was the 4 SPGs posted around the city.
I agree. There's something different about them compared to the usual Fair and Edith and in other places.
Yeah, the fact that they were, like, criminal related. Like, something along those lines. Sorry, I just want to make the guide. All of them asking us to cover up an embezzlement and silence people just because some accusations were thrown their way. What, they think we're gonna leap at the chance to sink our careers and be sent up a river? I got nothing against taking jobs from people on the opposite end of the law, but only if doing so makes sense. Or at least that's what I did when I first opened shop, but I hardly ever take those kind of gigs now, whether in Edith or on our trips. If I'm being real, both these 4 SPGs were so twisted they left a real nasty taste in my mouth.
This time I asked Mom to spread word about the 4 SPGs. Basically, I informed my cafe regulars about them through subtle means. If the information wasn't misinterpreted and thereby distorted by that before it spread, then I believe I'm the one to blame.
Unless it was an act of sabotage.
You don't mean...
Are you suggesting someone deliberately distorted the information?
Got a hunch. It's not like I have any proof, but something smells off about this. I'll confound this brigand and make him suffer. That's the stench of malice that's assaulting my senses.
The stench of malice, huh? Are you saying that they are deliberately spreading misinformation just to harass you?
Like I said, it's just a hunch. But that's not what's important here. The main issue on the table is the sudden heel turn they did. You got a call from the police and the guild a bit ago, right?
Yes, on account of our 2 former clients. Their investigations under several points of commonality between them. Like what? They had no recollection of the moment wherein they were concerned and subsequently lost their composure. They were cornered. Moreover, they had recently been admitted to an Anchorville General Hospital.
Into the hospital? Wait, what the shit? Wait. Part about losing their memories reminds me of Jeffrey. Interesting. This can't be a coincidence. Something fishy's about that hospital.
Yeah, there's too many things that point back to the place. The hospital has many inpatients from Edith too, not just locals. Is it possible that they're operating on people and doing something to them? I feel awkward poking my nose around there without just cause, but maybe we can at least pay it a visit. That may not be a bad course of action. Just tread carefully if you decide to take it. The notion that something is going on at that hospital has me wary.
Possible even that conclusion was put in our heads by our mysterious mystery tall tale teller. Honestly, from what I'm sensing about his character, he's not some big fish worth stressing about. The opposite, in fact.
Even so, we should still look into it.
Yeah.
The hospital is a quick walk from the street in front of the city hall. Though with a group as big as ours, we'll definitely draw attention to ourselves. It might be better if some people stay behind.
Good point. Let's bring along people who blend in more naturally. I'd like to clamp down on the fixer vibe if we can.
Then why don't you bring Fairy, Katre, and me along? That could work. The chances of us arousing a suspicion and being questioned would be minimal. We'll go undercover and have our comms on just in case. Do be careful, and make sure you're prepared before heading in.
We already did the Grim Garden stuff much earlier than I was the guide technically asked us to. We made sure to do our connection events. We did our side quest. All right, we're ready to go.
Kinds of fresh vegetables.
Shall we get a move on to the story area? All right. Anchorville General Hospital is just up ahead. Once we get our investigation, I imagine we'll be in there for a while. Beyond this point, the party will temporarily be locked to Van, Anya's Fairy, Katre, and one other person, and this round the city will end. Let's go. One other person. I want Ren. Actually, we can only choose either Ren or Aaron. I'm definitely choosing Ren. Sorry, Aaron. Alright, what do we got? Anchorville General Hospital. So a bunch of oddities are appearing from here.
This is a pretty big hospital. It looks a little bit like the Basel Institute of Science, don't you think? Both are pristine, state-of-the-art buildings, so I can see the resemblance for certain.
Hey, you're curious if it looks this good on the inside. One hit in?
No, suddenly I'm Katra.
Search time.
Apparently, I need to look out for a portal. Aha, like right here.
Mira deposit confirmed.
Hang on, it says I need to look at the apparently there is, like, hang on, we'll just continue. Looks like the guide says something about how you're supposed to do this up ahead.
Well, it really does remind me of the Basel Institute of Science.
Yeah, it really gives off the same vibes. Kinda has a funny scent though, doesn't it? That's probably the disinfectants you're smelling. They do seem to take ventilation seriously here. Our computer systems for reception look brand new, so the hospital must be making a lot of money. There's even a VIP ward. Perhaps that's for politicians and executives when they're embroiled in scandals.
Just so we're clear, the two clients from our 4 SPGs weren't VIPs or anything. They were just regular patients who came here to get their regular symptoms treated. With that in mind, let's see what we can dig up here in the lobby. Fair warning, I'll be doing it my way. You guys still want to lend a hand?
Of course, I'll see what I can discover. For starters, I can tell there are a lot of people still waiting to be checked in addition to visitors and current patients. Not to mention the nurses, doctors, and receptionists, and security guards. I'll see what I can dig up on them. Maybe I'd be in more help if I didn't try talking to anybody. He's right though, someone as innocent as you could definitely put people off their guard. I think? Just so you know, I'm an adult by Kruger standards. Of course you are. My apologies. I look forward to seeing what your intuition can shake loose. If you notice anything, you just let us know, okay, Fairy? Now, where should we begin our investigation?
Well, we could start by seeing if there are any leads related to visitors. Then check out the hospital's infrastructure and facilities. See if anything feels off. We do that, and we'll get right to the core of the matter.
Hospital management and suspicious patients. The relevant info. There's apparently also a shop.
What would you like?
Turn. Blue Cross lanyard.
Certain departments are experiencing congestion at this time. Please fill out a medical questionnaire and wait for your turn.
Take care now.
Apparently at the end of the northern
Let's have a
wing.
look. Okay, here
Let's
goes.
go.
I don't want to get a shot.
Let's do a search.
Link. Now, it says there's no penalties for, like, doing different things, but only certain topics will advance the story, so let's just get those. First off, Granny O'Hara. Hospital management.
Excuse me?
You there.
As for the hospital's management, well, it all happened so long ago. But there was something that I could share.
Do so. Whatever's on your mind.
Well, you see, the hospital closed suddenly in the middle of December last year. When it reopened, the medical director had been replaced. It was all quite hectic. I don't know the specifics, but I was sure was lucky I had already been discharged from the hospital.
Middle of December. Is that when people with ties to Alma were arrested?
Yeah, it's very suspicious, especially since we don't know why the hospital was shut down. Is that so? Sounds like you were pretty fortunate.
Oh, yes, a lot of other people were really inconvenienced. Oh, and I just remembered one other thing about this place. Only it's an even older story.
That's fine. I don't mind.
Well, just before the hospital was shut down, I heard a lot of construction workers have been coming and going. I thought they must have been working on some large-scale project, but nothing was even visibly remodeled.
My first guess would be that they worked somewhere patients don't have access to, or on things like water lines. But perhaps they were involved in that VIP ward rumors speak of.
That's what I figured, but the staff hadn't heard anything about it. The room I stayed in when I was hospitalized had a view of the VIP ward, but there wasn't anything untoward about it.
The timing of it definitely raises a red flag.
And our next step is to investigate what happened while the hospital was closed.
Next up, we're looking for a Nurse Plume. That's Finlay.
What seems to be the problem?
Attention all patients. Be advised that
Where is
certain
Nurse
departments are experiencing
Plume?
congestion at this time.
That's Harmon or Hyman or something? I didn't read it.
Plume, we want to talk about suspicious patients
Do you
with her.
have a moment?
Hello there.
You want to know if strange people have been visiting the hospital? Yes, I've heard some rumors, and they made me feel a little uneasy. You mean like someone who's being suspicious, right? No one who's acting suspicious, strange because of an illness. Right, nothing about someone's health or anything like that. Like, did anyone suspicious come by? Maybe they were acting shady or really frantic even? Oh, okay, maybe... Oh, we did have a few patients coming in the last couple days who acted like that. Really? But it's probably just coincidence, yeah? I'm not allowed to tell you anything confidential, but they were only here for little bitty things like standard checkups. It's probably nothing. Anxious or nervous people come here all the time. We just happen to get a bunch in all at once this time.
I see. Sorry to take up your time.
Weird. Now we need to go see Nurse Finlay
All patients. Be advised that certain
and talk to her
departments are
about
experiencing
the hospital closure.
Pardon me.
Please fill out.
Is it just me or is this nurse familiar? Oh, whatever. Mind if I ask you a few questions about the hospital?
Do you mean when medical services were suspended? It was mentioned briefly in the Eaton newsletter. It came to light that the former medical director was colluding with a patient in the VIP ward. Sounds like the rumors about the VIP ward were true. Yeah, but would they really have to shut down the whole hospital to arrest one man for collusion? A lot of people suffer because of the closure. Good point. Let's keep pressing. I see. Sounds like a lot happened. But if the hospital suspended services, there must have been a major investigation, right? Sure. Investigators came and seized a lot of documents. I think some government agencies conducted investigations of their own, too.
It's hard to believe they'd have such a huge turnout for good old-fashioned collusion. The government agency that did their own independent legwork was probably the CID.
Have you considered the timing of when the investigation took place?
Yep, our former department head likely had ties with Amana. Sounds like a lot of trouble.
Yes, it was a challenging period for the hospital. To be honest, it hasn't gone much better, even with the new medical director. Why not? Is something going on now? Well, I'm not permitted to talk about it publicly, but suffice to say the new guy has skeletons of his own. In addition to his questionable work ethic, he's always trying to entertain people and build connections. And since he takes staff along for his social calls, it's been difficult for us to meet demand here at the hospital.
Bruh.
It sounds like things haven't changed much since the previous guy was arrested.
Can't deny that sounds like he's got a case of the collusions. And apparently the VIP ward is still being used for the same kinds of patients. Anyway, sorry to give you another headache when things are so rough.
I'm used to this. Don't mind me.
Why are you here?
Oh, dude.
Hey there, Karen. Look who's here.
Oh, hello there, sir. Thanks for your help looking into that issue last night. I'm
Oh,
sorry,
boy.
but we're a little busy right now. I hope you don't mind waiting a bit.
Oh, that's no
Yeah.
problem at all. I'll just hang around. Since I'm here and all, maybe I'll chat up some nurses.
Oh,
Cafe.
you. Everyone is busy right now, so try not to bother them, okay? You're number 92, so I'll call you when we're ready.
Do not get this old man to a hospital
sure.
room.
Say, once you're off the clock, why don't you join me at Chat Noir?
Now make sure you listen to what the doctor tells you.
What a character. He's wearing Eastern attire. You think he came from Langport? No, his clothes appear far more Far Eastern. Since Fan is here, I thought perhaps Elder Gyenin might have come with him. He's definitely dressed funky.
Actually, I ran into him once before. Apparently he's a vagabond from the east.
Really? What coincidence.
Right? By the way, sounds like he came here yesterday too. Let's hit him up and see if he knows anything.
Alright.
Why are you here, for fuck's sake?
Where's my turn?
Where's my turn?
Hey, Yoon.
Pretty sure this old dude was from out of the country. Maybe you can give us an unbiased perspective. Yo, we meet again. Talk about good timing.
Oh, you're the fellow from the concert hall in Edith. Life's brought you to Anchorville too, huh?
Basically. Mind if I get your insight on a few things?
Meeting again in a place like this. Looks like fate's at work again. By the way, where's that girl you had with you the other night?
I have to say, the more I hang out with Yoon Cafe here, the more I realize it makes a lot more sense why she's in us the way she is.
Well, stuff with her is complicated. Normally I work with these guys here.
Is that so? Well, even without her, you've still got a beauty or two with you regardless.
You're pushing your luck, old man.
Clearly, you're not a man to be underestimated.
You're pushing your luck, old man.
That aside, you don't seem to be a local to Cavard. Judging by your attire, I doubt you're from Langport either.
Well, let's just say I'm from the direction of Longlai for now. You see, I was actually just vacationing in Tharbad until yesterday afternoon. Suddenly I felt like I needed a health checkup, so I came to Anchorville by train.
Came all the way from Tharbad for a doctor's visit in the evening? He had some impressive stamina.
I'm often on the road, so it's no problem for me. I must admit, there's a girl in my family who says I shouldn't even bother with a trip to the doctor. But my nephew and the others often insist, even when I go on vacation. I mean, what's the trouble in letting me have some fun while I'm taking a special trip to Calvard?
He's really different from Beauregard, but I still get the sense he enjoys life at his age.
Agreed. Though, like Master, there's more than meets the eye. Nope, we've been caught up in his rhythm, haven't we? Look, I'm sure your adventures are fascinating, but maybe we can get back to the matter at hand.
I see. A normal patient, an untimely shutdown, and mysterious construction, I've got a little hunch, just based on my own observations, mind you.
Really?
Oh, yes. I spotted someone who fits the bill for your suspicious patients just last night, actually. And I've seen a few others with similar problems.
Yeah, didn't hear much from a nurse, but it sounds like they've been coming in for nightly checkups. Anything about those guys worth mentioning?
Let me think. How they got their medicine, I suppose.
Your medicine?
Normally you pick up your prescription from the pharmacy just before heading back home after a checkup. But they never did. And yet, when I watched them leave, I noticed they had medicine in hand already.
That's so. It's not totally unusual to be given your medicine directed by the doctor, though.
There's one other thing I noticed, but it's more related to the construction work. Tell me, have you ever visited this hospital in the middle of the night?
No, we haven't.
Word is people have been hearing a ringing sound. I did too, though it went away after I went outside.
A ringing sound? What do you mean?
Since it can only be heard inside, I tried to track it down. I believe the airflow in the building is creating a high-pitched noise.
That makes sense. It's not uncommon for strange sounds to result from airflow due to the building design and HVAC systems. Different people can hear different things, so to some people it might sound like tinnitus. The fact that it happens only at night could be due to changes in temperature or atmospheric pressure. My, I'm impressed you realized that the airflow of the building was the cause.
Well, I can read the wind to some degree. Anyway, some of the patients here haven't made the connection and are blaming other causes.
That sounds like a problem. Even if it's only a few people who can hear it, I'm sure it would be aggravating to listen to it constant ringing.
With the problems from last year's construction work, it's possible nobody's looked into it yet. Since the new medical director doesn't seem to hang around the hospital much, I doubt he even cares. Thanks, Gramps. You really helped us out.
My pleasure. I was just killing time until my results came back anyway. Fate works in mysterious ways. If you have any more questions, don't hesitate to ask.
At this point, we've already gathered quite a lot of info. Let's take a minute to organize our thoughts.
Okay, first off, our suspicious patients were mainly seen at night for their checkups. It's unclear how exactly they received their medicine. People have also reported hearing a ringing sound at night, which is caused by the building's shape and HVAC systems. Some people think it's a problem with their own health and ask for a checkup. The last may also be related to the construction work that took place last year. Additionally, there's a chance that work has connections to Almada just based on the timing.
Good work. The dots seem to be lining up, but we're missing something definitive to tie it all together. Amir, let's try narrowing down who our targets are and gather what information we can.
To do that, we should focus on the night checkups and identify any doctors who might be suspicious.
Sounds like a plan to me. Alright, time to get to investigating. Find out just what's at the root of all of it.
That old man really was mysterious.
Oh, you don't know
wasn't
half of it.
He had a sort of otherworldliness to him. Like he could see right through everything.
Yeah, and thanks to him, we got ourselves a clue. Still.
Anyway, let's keep gathering information.
We will do that next time. I think we're gonna go ahead and save it for today. Thank you all so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Hope to see you all later. Peace.